Oh, it's just like hardcore. I'm just like, I'm like behind deadline. I need to like knock it out to that BPM.
Hi, Yoon.
Hi. Hey, everyone at Dazed. What's good?
You're beaming in from a glorious sky.
Yeah, my fake fictional sky I'm dreaming about.
I love it. So for this collaboration, you kind of went out of your comfort zone. It was your first collaboration with a wine and spirit brand. How was this encounter with Moët Chandon?
It was amazing to know about the history of Moët and just kind of like getting to know not only about the champagne, but the history of the house, as well as the process of making the art of champagne. Going out to the winery, like, you know, where they have the vaults and like just the process of making champagne, everything just really blew me away.
And do you get nervous when you have to do something that's kind of out of your comfort zone?
I actually don't. I don't really get nervous too much. Like I think for me, it's just more like, you know, how big is my playground? Is it going to be like this? Is it going to be like open? That's the only thing I'll get a little bit nervous when it comes to collaboration.
How did you meet the challenge of bringing your innovative touch to a heritage house like Moët Chandon? And did you see this collaboration as a way of breaking the rules?
The logo and the bottle is so iconic. So I actually kind of stripped a lot of colors and made it very minimal, down to like black, white. And even the label, I wanted to keep it almost close to pure white, because I think you don't need to even say it, because people know what that bottle is.
And then you also touched right at the beginning about visiting Epinay, which is obviously the home of Moët Chandon. What are some of the images that are still stuck in your mind from that trip?
Hours and hours of grapevine. It was like, its vinery was insane. It was non-stop. And it was like the most beautiful thing ever. I mean, like imagine the sky background, because I remember I got there really early and I had to catch the flight that night. So we're driving to airport and the scenery was like this. And then it was just like you know, endless like vineyard. And I was just blown away. I was just like, there's a world like this out here. Because me coming from Tokyo, like it's all concrete jungle. You know what I mean?
I guess it was like a Garden of Eden or something in comparison to Tokyo.
Exactly.
Do you have a favorite ambush moment? A moment that really stands out for a specific reason?
I think I can't forget it. It's like the first time we went to Paris and did our first exhibition. It was back in 2015. Paris is the next step, right? If you want to like play big, you need to go where all the big players are. So we're like, okay, you know, we don't know anything, we don't know that much, let's just go and show it and then just kind of like take it from there. I mean, I was half naive, half just ambitious, like. So we showed our jewelry collection. We didn't have that much apparel back then, which is mainly jewelry. It was quite tough because not many people came through, but I was so proud the fact that, you know, I brought stuff to Paris and I'm actually showing it in middle of Paris. And I can't forget, because that was a start and we're here now. I have to mention about my moment. My first run down the catwalk show was like the first show at the Dior Spring Summer 18. And it was like the first show that, you know, I've done with Kim being the, you know, when he took over the Dior Men. And 5 minutes before the show started, Kim was like, sit in this place and be ready, because I'm gonna grab you and we're gonna run down the road. And I was just like, what the hell's going on? We ran and I was in my 5-inch still out of Manolo heels, 5-inch. And I was just thinking in my head, like, okay, like do not fall, become like roadkill on a fashion catwalk.
How were you feeling when in the kind of lead up to the show? Obviously there was so much buzz around Kim's debut at Dior.
I was just really happy for him, and also I was really excited to be part of that moment too, you know, because he was a new chapter for Dior Men, but also he's like was a new star for Kim, and I'm there as a supporting role. And then also, you know, ironically, I've worked in fashion, but it was like my first proper fashion job, because I never worked at a brand before like that. So, you know, the fact that it's like my first proper fashion job is like at Dior, it was pretty special.
When you're working on Ambush and coming up with all of these incredible designs, like, is there music that inspires you?
Yes, for sure. I think the thing about music is it can take your headspace somewhere else, right? So if I'm tired, like I play like hardcore techno just to get my like beat going. Sometimes if I want to be a little bit more romantic, I put on like, you know, old jazz or like, you know, like it's like it's not so much like specific genre I'm into. It's just like I want to just get into that.
What kind of mood then are you in if you're listening to like trance music? What's the mood for that?
Oh, it's just like hardcore. I'm just like I'm like behind deadline. I need to like knock it out to that BPM.
Thank you so much, Yoon, for joining me, talking about some of your favorite fashion moments, some of your inspirations, and of course your exciting collaboration with Moët Chandon, which is launching globally on the 15th of February and will be available exclusively from Selfridges.